Hello, welcome to my talk. I am Tim Stoddard, also known as Game Popper, and I'm a games programmer, and I'm going to be talking about game jams. Specifically, I've been doing game jams for a while, and so I've been developing a set of rules for what to do, how to follow game jams. See, I've made a lot of games at game jams, and I have won awards, and so a lot of them have gone well, but I've have done ones which haven't gone well, and I've seen a lot of people who make basic errors when it comes to actually participating in game jams, and so which is where these rules came about. First, the most common one is that you'll get the people who are like they need the background to be just perfect, or they need the menus to look perfect. They need things to be positioned in the exact right places when they're really just missing the most key and essential important parts of a game jam, and that's the gameplay. Gameplay needs to be the first thing, the highest priority. Get a prototype, a fully functional prototype. Doesn't matter how it looks or sounds at that point, but as long as it's fully playable with all you need for your game on the first day. But what about the game itself? Well, there are a lot of it's a game jam, so opportune place for like experimentation and creating new ideas. But you can't so easily get carried away with ideas, and that's when you get into stuff like feature creep, where you'll just pile on ideas and ideas, and sometimes you'll just get concepts that are way too big, like one of my failures there, which was an RTS. Not really something to do in 2 days. Instead, you should make your ideas small and simple. Start with maybe one unique mechanic, some few optional mechanics, and therefore you'll get more time to focus on making those mechanics more refined. Next one, again more experimentation, but you can easily just get into a situation where you put so much more time into a single idea that ends up might not working out so well. So this is where I'd say you should stick mostly with what you know. You can innovate, you can try new stuff, but stick with what you're more comfortable with making in terms of design and which genres you go about and which mechanics you should go on, and make those unique instead of trying something completely new and diving head in. So this one, I've always seen in a habit of teams saying, we're going to use Unity. Everyone uses Unity. And then you ask, have you used it before? And no one has used Unity. And so you spend most of your time during the game jam learning how to use Unity instead of actually using Unity. Instead, you should be using the tools that you do know, or preparing or practicing with the tools that you want to use ahead of time. And this is not just game engines, but any game dev creation tool that you use, you should always prepare and always practice with beforehand to have a better understanding of how they work, so you can get down to using the game. Here's an optional rule that I've actually thought about recently. There are some game jams will allow you to use boilerplate or template projects, so therefore you have some of the base environments ready for you, so you can actually focus on the main game. Check with the rules of the game jams for that. Okay, so here's a personal scenario here. I spent 5 hours working on the main character for this sprite. I wanted it to be nice and detailed and fully animated and look cute and appealing for a game. And I think I did a pretty good job of myself, but this is the game's screenshot. See if you can find that same raccoon. It's actually in the bottom left corner. You can barely see it. You can see more of the walls than you can see of anything else. And the game, and you can't really zoom into this game, which means not many people get to enjoy it. So what I did to learn from that was that I made designs more simple, and I decided I should try and get more of the sprites in, and it's visible, so that people could actually see the detail. So easy and noticeable is really important when it comes to your visual design, at least. So most game dev teams that you may see, particularly students, they have this idea of doing all-nighters, little sleep, lots of snack food, lots of energy drinks, because they want to spend as much time doing game devs as possible. As a more veteran game jam enthusiast, just don't do it. I instead follow the rule that I see it being applied at conventions of 6 hours of sleep, 2 proper meals, and a shower. Basically, get a good amount of sleep, get good food in your stomach, and be hygienic. It's just good life advice. Also, a good life advice: just take a walk. Just get away from the computer and just go out and about, into the fresh outdoors. It can actually help you with it just relaxing your mind and thinking of new ideas or solutions to problems you have. And what most importantly, find some friends. Get artists, musicians, game designers to help you out. Get people who be willing to test your games. Because it's good. It's always good to have be in teams and be a collaborative project. But even if you want to work solo, that doesn't mean you have to do things entirely on your own. So one thing I always do is I always send out screenshots and ideas to friends just to see what they think, and usually just to see what ideas is to improve the game somewhat. So finally, just there are lots of game jams out there. I hope people even in this year they'll take part in them because they're lots of fun. In fact, I'm taking part in one starting this weekend called a 7-day roguelike where you make a game in 7 days. So have fun. Ta-da.
The crowd goes wild.
Yeah.